Welcome back to Eternal Serenity Tarot. This is going to be the reading for this is going to be a general message for the 1111 portal. I'm kind of running on fumes right now. Don't do readings on no sleep. I just finished filming Aqua's reading, and my friends, that was a doozy. Okay, so this one's for everybody, all signs, all inclusive. Okay, so ooh, interesting. Although I feel like there are some interesting, similar themes coming out here to what came out in Aqua's reading. 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So some sort of communication, but I'm actually thinking it's more travel because under it is the Knight of Wands in reverse. I feel like this is, I'm hearing somebody that's used to being more quick on their feet, but they're not able to be that energy, be in that energy they prefer to be in, where they can kind of just like jet around like they might be used to. Somebody's feeling confined, because the 8 of Wands is quick. It's very fast moving energy. And the Knight of Wands is usually on the go, not really accountable to anyone or anything, just doing whatever they want whenever they want. So in reverse, this feels like somebody who doesn't have the capability to do that right now. This is the 4 of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Somebody could be spending a lot of time alone, and maybe at some point that was by choice, but now, even though it's still by choice, it's also by force. So it's like, you know, you don't really have anybody to hang out with, and not because there aren't people you could be hanging out with, but because you're choosing not to hang out with them. So it's like nobody's forcing you to be alone, but you kind of are forced to be alone because you don't have access to people that you really want to spend time with. All right, so let's see what wants to come out, friends. King of Swords in reverse. Somebody's strategizing, overthinking. Their mind is their greatest asset, but in this moment, it's kind of feeling like a curse because it's giving caged in. I don't know if somebody likes solving puzzles or somebody likes a lot of like true crime or mysteries, thrillers. That's kind of coming through. Like, this is a person that likes problem solving, and I think they're in a pickle right now. This could be tied to family. This could be tied to some sort of wealth. This could be tied to familial wealth, but this could also just be tied to their own, like, long-term stability. This could be like a divorcee. This could also be somebody who's paying off some debts right now. Like, their money isn't exactly their own because it's having to go to different places. yeah, somebody's this is so interesting because I pulled the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords upright in Aqua's reading, but now they're showing up in reverse. So this is interesting. This is a really hard energy to tap into, and I think it's because it's very mental, because we've got the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Swords in reverse. So it could be somebody moving very impulsively. Is somebody like lashing out to self-soothe? Because then we've got the Hierophant in reverse. You know what? The Hierophant in reverse, again, this could be a divorce, but this could also be someone choosing to take a path that is very outside of the norm from where they come from and what they've been taught. Because the Hierophant in reverse can be unorthodox. If this isn't somebody communicating impulsively, this Knight of Swords in reverse could be somebody that's not speaking at all, but that's because they're doing a lot of thinking. But they're like thinking in circles. They're not thinking progressively and in a way that's pushing them forward. This is such a strange reading. Clarify the King of Swords reverse. Somebody's holding back communication. This Eight of Wands keeps popping up on the bottom of the deck though with the Ace of Cups. Somebody might just like pop up. This is like you get ghosted by a person and then they just like appear. Like what? Like they just get in their car and go. They get on a flight and go. Child, they get on a boat and go. Oh yeah, this is very sudden with the Tower. Because we've got, hold on. We've got Eight of Wands. This is the Ace of Cups under the Eight of Wands. And then we've got the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Tower. So, what's tea? Okay, let's break this down. So you have somebody here that feels like there's like unfinished business or something that hasn't been discussed. So they feel like they're lacking clarity about some things. And this could be about feelings. They could have feelings and they could be feeling like they're just not sure if they're requited. I mean, Ace of Cups, they have a lot of feelings. I'm hearing somebody say like, do you feel it too? But I also think that with the Eight of Wands being here, that these feelings are the driving force behind them. Oh, this is interesting. Wow, okay. So the way that I'm getting it is like this person is so trapped in their head and it's keeping them stuck, but ultimately the thing that's going to push them forward is what's happening in their heart space. Their heart is going to drive them forward. It's giving Chariot. It's going to cause them to come forward, because I think they're just getting to a point where not speaking is not doing anything, because they're still thinking about whatever this is, but they're not getting clarity because they can't give themselves someone else's perspective, if that makes sense. So if you're dealing with someone, you guys know each other, but they're not sure if you feel the same way about them, the only way for them to know that is to find out directly from the horse's mouth. Sitting at home, running around in circles, you know, trying to figure it out, and then being like, you know what, I don't care. But then they do care, and they're like, but I don't care. You know, like, I'm just getting somebody really going back and forth to the point that they've pulled back communication completely because they're, let's see what they're holding on to. What is this Four of Pentacles? What are they holding on to? Page of Wands in reverse can be unserious. But it's also like, this person could be busy, or they're trying to make it seem like they're more busy than they actually are. You know, they're like, they're telling themselves like, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to do this, because they're really avoiding it. But that hasn't been working for them. This is interesting. This really is like a pull, a draw, with this Eight of Pentacles in reverse being here, because this person is investing their time someplace, but it's almost like wherever they're giving it to, they're just still feeling this strong pull that they should be investing it with whoever this is resonating for. I don't have another court that tells me who this person is. I almost said lusting after. This is not what I was gonna say. Who this person is feeling this Ace of Cups toward. You know, like, who is the object of this person's affection? But I feel like Four of Pentacles means that this affection is not actually being sent forward. Like, it's not being acted upon. They're holding on and harboring these feelings. That's what this feels like. Page of Wands in reverse makes me think that this would be a person that you know, and there's some level of attraction here, but it's like it never really got very far. It's like somebody's coming because they feel like they should be putting in the time and effort here. And we've got the Two of Swords, though. I'm telling you, it's this person's mind that's holding them back, because this is some serious indecision right here. This is like, oh, I want to go to them, I want to talk about this. No, I don't. No, I don't have time. No, but I want to. No. It's like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. You know, this person's scared of what happens if they step forward, but the longer they don't step forward, the more it stresses them out, and the more they're like, I don't know what happens if I step forward, but I know what's happening if I don't step forward, because I'm living that reality right now. And then the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Tower. We're going to clarify the Tower. What is the Tower? The Nine of Cups was trying to jump out, and then it just flipped back over. That was crazy. Y'all should have seen that. That was crazy. Okay. Nine of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Pentacles. Alright, and what was, oh, the King of Wands. Okay. Definitely desire. Driving this person forward. Temperance in reverse. Something about their present reality. I just keep using that word, but that's what was coming through. Something about this person's present reality feels off. Because sometimes that temperance in reverse can be like oil and water. You know, it's like we're trying to make things that really don't belong together fit. So there could be something about this person's life that they feel like they're forcing right now. And then with whoever this is that they're experiencing these Ace of Cups feelings for, they feel the opposite. They feel like things just fit, they just work. You know, they just kind of click together like puzzle pieces. Nine of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I mean, there's some sort of an offer attached to this. An opportunity. This person wants to be generous in some way. But it's because they feel like their true desire really lies here in this situation. And I think they're realizing that because of this Ace of Cups. So this is like, this person is feeling a lot. Just like there's a lot happening behind the curtains is the best way that I can describe it. Because that's what this feels like. Like there's, it's like if a play was taking place, but the curtains were closed the entire time. You know, like all of this is playing out unbeknownst to the person that is on the other side of this person's desire. This is solely about this person because I don't have any other cards indicating like who these feelings are toward. We got the Eight of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and then the Sun. And the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups in reverse. This person feels lonely. Again, I think it's like as much as they're choosing to be alone, it really doesn't feel like a choice because it feels like that's like their best option, their only option. This Temperance card in reverse feels like they don't feel like they fit in. Like they've been trying to make something work, but there's just this like underlying feeling that something is not right. It's not as it's supposed to be. And it's like whoever they're desiring is sort of like the missing piece, the missing link. It's like they feel like they get around this person and things feel right. I'm sorry, the birds are going crazy outside my window. Things feel right. They feel proper. It feels like things are as they are meant to be, but there's just still this trepidation about coming forward. Yeah, this person feels like they're giving. Three of Cups in reverse with the Six of Pentacles. This is about where this person is choosing to invest their time and money. And this feels like some sort of a social setting, a social group. And maybe at one point there was something here for this person. There was a lot of enjoyment and excitement. They looked forward to hanging out in this group, but now this feels like a chore. Like, and maybe like this person spends a lot of money when they hang out with these people. I said this people, so it could be like a specific person that they hang out with, or they're dating. They could be dating somebody that they're spending a lot of money on. But I just get this person being like, but why? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Okay, not what I expected for our 11/11 reading, friends. Let's find out why this person is. I guess we know why they're withdrawn from other people, because everything just feels wrong. It's like all of a sudden they woke up one day and everything that used to feel so just normal, they never had a second thought about it, just feels like, who are these people? It's giving the Truman Show. That's what this is feeling like. You know, when Truman starts to be like, something's not right here. He starts noticing that every day is the same. Like, he notices that with his neighbors, they have the same exact morning routine. Everybody comes, they say, hey, Truman. Everybody says hi, they get in their cars, they go to work. And I think he went to go follow. He went to go follow one of his neighbors to see, like, where do you work and where do you go? And he gets, like, that plan is sabotaged. He gets derailed by like a truck or something getting put in his way, but he doesn't stop there because he's like, no, like, no, something's wrong. So of course he continues to investigate further and further, and he unravels that whole thing. In that movie, really good movie. If you've never seen The Truman Show, you're wildin'. That's what this feels like, though. Like, somebody's just gotten really suspicious. I think that's also what's keeping them stuck. Like, they're disconnecting from people and things because they just don't feel safe, I don't think, anymore. It's a lot of like, who am I? Who are these people? Why are we hanging out? I don't know if somebody's going through like an existential crisis, but that's really what this feels like. I feel like it really has this person like put, like locked into place. Because they're feeling so unsafe, they don't really want to go outside and kind of like go too far, because it's almost like, where does that even lead? Okay. Well, that's interesting. All right, we're gonna shuffle and we're gonna do another spread. That was an interesting one. That's somebody's story somewhere. I hate when it's in my neck like that. I just saw the moon in reverse. This is definitely like a revelation that this person is having. I'm just getting this person's like whole sense of stability being knocked out of whack. Because like everything that they felt tethered to before, they're questioning that now. Like, whatever really tethered them to these people in the first place, and now because they're lacking these tethers and these like cords of attachment and feeling connected to these people and things, they're really feeling like dysregulated and ungrounded and unstable. So this is a part of somebody's healing process, what's happening right now. It's like the more they heal, the more, like, it was the unhealed aspects of themselves. Yeah, split the deck by accident and the Hermit is popping up. It was the unhealed aspects of this person that was keeping them tied to these people. And the more they heal, I think the less in common they have with those around them that they've built these relationships with. Of course at the time they were unawakened, so they didn't have to think about the foundation that they were building these bonds off of. Where they're at now kind of just happened. This doesn't feel like this was a conscious process that this person was trying to do, or they were trying to heal, but they didn't know they didn't know what they were getting themselves into, is what this feels like. They didn't know the depth they were going to end up going, because I don't think they realized how deep where they were pulling themselves out of was. And so just how different, once they were healing all those things, and I mean like real in-depth healing, like to the point that you're feeling again like raw and vulnerable, because you're just stripping it down and lower and lower and lower and really getting to the core. I don't think they were anticipating when they started doing that deep work, and like the fact that those around them are not they're not doing that deep work. The disparity that it was going to create between them and these people. Yeah, this person could just be in a state of anxiety right now because they just don't really understand why they feel like this. And I think they also don't exactly understand what to do. So I was giggling when I was pulling this next spread, because bottom of the deck we've got King of Cups, and now the Knight of Wands is under it upright. So whatever it is that was binding this person before and keeping them stuck, and they weren't making any kind of moves, I think they're learning how to adapt to whatever it was so that they can get around it and find some sort of like a loophole. Under that Knight of Wands was the Magician. So yeah, somebody's digging into their bag of tricks right now. I feel like they were maybe sitting back waiting for something to come to them, because they were feeling so stuck, and now this feels like somebody's breaking free and being like, you know what, if I have to come to this person, then that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. I am manifesting this, but like at this point I'm gonna have to make this happen. This could also just be this person gaining confidence in themselves and their abilities, their capabilities, their potential. But the Magician really is good in any situation because he's got a little bit of everything. So he has the ability to get himself, they have the ability to get themselves out of any situation because they've got all the tools. You just have to get to the point of realizing that. So I think something about this situation probably was for this person to realize that they are the Magician, that they're really not as stuck as they're feeling like they are. That could also be why they're ready to come forward, or they're ready to travel, because they're feeling more confident right now. Something about the situations that they're in is building their confidence. They're starting to see themselves differently. So what came out, that was when I giggled, because the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Four of Wands came out. So I don't know if this is two things. This is either somebody sees home in someone, with someone. They see the potential to be successful in that way with another person, where they can come together and build a very solid, very warm home life. A happy home, something that they are excited to come back home to after a day's work, a very safe space. I feel like they've been working through whatever past baggage they've been carrying forward with them in life, because they might have lacked that growing up. And so there's just certain mindsets, certain behaviors that it created within this person that I think their desire for this other situation and what they're realizing and who they're realizing they have to become, or what they thought they had to become, they're realizing that's who they really are already. They're realizing that this stuff, this baggage from their childhood, from their upbringing, it can't come. It doesn't have a place here. But the Eight of Cups in reverse can also talk about not walking away from a situation that you feel like you've emotionally invested a lot in, which makes sense since we have the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. That's the other thing that's driving this person forward, is the fact that they feel like they've got a lot of feelings attached to this, so they can't just let it go that easily. They haven't been able to. They've tried. It's giving cranes in the sky. They tried to drink it away, they tried to dance it away, they tried to read it away, pray it away, child, you name it, okay? But it didn't go anywhere. So I think that fact is starting to speak to them. It's damn, if I've been feeling like this for this long, it's not gonna go anywhere. I have to do something about this. Either way, I need to find out where this goes from here. I can't keep hiding from the what ifs and the maybe this won't go how I want it to go, because maybe it can, but if it's not going to, I need to know that. It needs to just not go that way if that's the case, and we're just gonna have to deal. So somebody's definitely working up some kind of confidence. I just saw the Ten of Cups in reverse trying to peek out. Which again can talk about a dysfunctional family. Where it's the only thing that really bonds these people together is the fact that they are related by blood. These aren't people that are I don't know, this person could even be looking at their family as man, if I could have chosen other people to be my family, starting to think I would have. Again, Truman Show, it's they're questioning who are these people? How are we related? I saw the Ace of Cups in reverse. I heard Spirit say they fudged it up. So they fudged it up, whatever that was, whatever that means. That's for somebody specific. This person could have grown up. Oh, there's that Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck. This is heavy family stuff though. All of this is really tied to what they've known to be home, except it's giving a house is not a home. I'm gonna put that in the description box by Luther Vandross. But he talks about a house is not a home when there's no one there. Nobody for you to share it with, right? Otherwise, it's just a big empty house. It's cold. It's lacking the warmth of the laughter, the fact that this is a place that's being lived in by people, but not just lived in by people, but people that are actually connected to each other, deeply emotionally connected to each other. in a way that's very fulfilling for everyone involved. If you have kids in this, you raise kids in this home, they grow up having, like, you know, happy, healthy childhoods. I'm like stuttering that out because I think this person is envisioning that, but because it's not what they had, there's just that part of them that's like, am I naive for thinking that that's A, something that really does exist because I have no example of it, but B, that they would be capable of creating that. But I think as much as there's that doubt and the overthinking about whether they can create that, there's a person they have their eye on specifically that they feel like embodies that energy, those qualities that they would want in a person to be able to build that with. Like, they look at this person, they're like, you know, prior to you, I didn't know that I could have that, but I met you and like, my mind's like a whole new world is being opened up for me. Something that extends much farther than what I've known. Yeah, things are not good in this family right now. Things could really be coming to a head. Like, whatever cracks are in this foundation, they're like on full display right now. And it might not be to everybody, but it's on full display to this person. Because under the 10 of Cups, we got that Hierophant. It wasn't reversed before. So yeah, that was definitely this person having to break free of a system that just never really accounted for who they are. And it never taught them to account for who they actually are. They were kind of just, I don't know, like a body functioning in this family system. Again, because I just keep getting that monotony. Like I said, like in the Truman Show, where everything is just very routine and it's the same, but it lacks warmth, it lacks real character. It really lacks connection. Like, I can't stress that even more. Because something about it just feels very cold and like obsolete. And I think distorted. Because this person is looking at this as like not being normal, even though this can be normal for a lot of people. They're like, this is not normal. This is not a good thing. There has to be something better than this. You know, life has to be able to be better than this. So we got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You know, I heard fortune favors the bold when I looked at this, so maybe that's why this person is trying to be bold, because they're feeling like the wheel is stuck right now, and I think they're looking at it like, but maybe if I can just grease it a little bit, I can turn it. To change up at least some of their circumstances. I don't think they're trying to change their family circumstances, because I think they're looking at that as being like a lost cause. But I guess because they're feeling so trapped within this, it's making them really kind of like reach out to this other situation and this other person, because it's like, you know what, I have control over that. Like, I don't have to let that fall by the wayside and become, or stay in some cases, a missed opportunity. I'm also getting that things aren't good in this family right now, because with the Hierophant, it's like that is very rigid energy. It's unmoving, you know, it lacks progression. So we have the Hierophant in that way. It's like it's not progressing with the times. You know, we're not being adaptable and allowing for things to be more free-flowing. It's like we're trying to be very, very controlling. And everything is getting categorized and put into little boxes to make us feel better. But this person is one of the things that's in a box, and they don't feel better. I'm hearing they don't want to compromise their sanity. So that's interesting. The Five of Pentacles in reverse flew out. and it knocked the Five of Cups over. Like, it said, let me just squeeze in between the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And there could be a lot of arguing over money in this family, you know, or again, it's just very, very materialistic family. Like, that's all they care about is money. Or like, that's a huge point of contention in this family, is money matters. The way this Five of Pentacles in reverse just jumped out though to knock the Five of Cups over, feels like this person is really they've been living a very specific narrative for too long, and it's getting to a point where they're like, enough is enough. You know, they don't want to be alone anymore. With this Five of Pentacles in reverse, this can be a card of feeling like you're lacking something, lacking everything, lacking love. You could be feeling like you're lacking resources. You could feel alienated. You could feel shut out, abandoned. I love the way they depict it in this deck. But it's looking for that warm place to lay your head at night. And this person is realizing that the warm place to lay your head at night is a lot more than just having a home, having an apartment, having a technical space to lay your head at night, because that's not warm. That's just a place to lay your head at night, but it is lacking the warmth aspect. They're like, you need someone, other people there, but they have to be warm, loving people, and they could be looking at their family as just not being that. And I think that's where they don't fit in, because the King of Cups is very warm and is very loving. Yes, they can be very detached, the King of Cups, but ultimately very loving, affectionate, attentive. They just have a very good handle on that, and how they give it out and who they choose to give it out to. And the King of Cups is, you know, holding on to that cup, not really sitting here like, oh man, who am I going to give this to? But just kind of like chilling, you know, until the opportunity really does come up and they actually find themselves feeling connected to something that makes it feel worth it to step outside of themselves and offer up what they're coveting about themselves, which is their feelings, their emotions, their vulnerabilities, their sensitivities, the side of them that is very sensitive and that feels a lot of things. So it feels like they're wanting to put an end to just sort of like grief and loss, maybe in this connection specifically, but at least in general in their life. Wow, somebody wants to get vulnerable. I guess I did just say that, huh? We've got the 77 might be significant for some of you guys, but okay. This is a backtracking. That Eight of Cups in reverse is a backtracking. That's somebody doubling down and like digging their heels into the ground in a connection and be like, I'm not going nowhere. Even if I went someplace for a period of time, I'm not going anywhere. It's like this person never really goes too far. There's a song that's coming to mind. It's by Layla Hathaway and it's called I'm Coming Back? I think so. I'm gonna put that in the description.